In this video I have another piece of field gear for you. It's a type of winter boot, and you're probably wondering, well, why am I showing these to you right now? It's only September. Well, I had the conversation with my unit this last week pointing out that it kind of looks like we're going to be going hot during cold weather months, either in winter or late fall. So everyone needs to go through, get their proper cold weather gear now while they're still able to. And one of the items that's usually at the top of the list that people need to get is cold weather boots. This particular type of boot, I'm not recommending a specific brand, is called a pack boot. Apparently the way you can tell it's a pack boot is it's supposed to have a liner inside of it, a giant cloth booty inside here of insulating materials. It is missing from this set because I got these at a garage sale. I paid only $2 for them, and at that price I can afford to get a used liner or set of liners from somewhere else. Now if you get used boots, always make sure, check the soles, make sure it has a good sole on it, especially in your winter boots. You don't want these worn down. Now you're probably asking, well, why do I want to make sure that they have a decent tread on them? Really simple, little thing called ice. So do the math. Ice plus worn down soles on boots, you get the results. Now, on a pack boot, you see you typically have your upper and your lower. This lower is typically made out of a rubberized material. This actually is called a cup sole. I found out, I was not aware of that. This is to help block out moisture when you're walking across ground, going through snow that's melting. Maybe you got a little bit of standing water because it warmed up that day. This is supposed to help keep your feet drier, at least from the outside. These do trap moisture, and I will go into that. Now the upper on these are typically going to be made out of leather or some type of synthetic material like a Gore-Tex or a Thinsulate. Now with pack boots, every site I looked at had the same warning. Do not use cotton socks. You want to use either a wool blend or a synthetic blend sock so that it'll act like a wick. I've talked about this before in cold weather gear. You're going to have moisture that's going to build up down here around your foot because of the cup sole. Well, with wool blend or synthetic blend socks, it'll wick that moisture up and out of there to the top of the boot. So try to make sure that your socks go over the top of the boot, not, end in here. You want it to end somewhere above the top of the boot so it pulls that moisture up and out. The reason you want that, you don't want your feet, sitting in a pool of water in here, is because sooner or later you got to take these boots off. And when you do, if your feet are soaked, your socks are soaked, your chances of frostbite go up considerably. So something to remember. Up on the top here, there typically is going to be some type of additional hook or eyelet to tie into. This one over here, it is damaged. It will pull off if someone tries using it. But I noticed when I got these boots, whoever was using these in the past, what they were doing, they were taking the laces, running them around right through here and then tying them off on the front. And then taking the laces, pushing them to the inside. You can do that to help cut down on boots being floppy if that's an issue. Just do not do too tight where it's going to cut off the circulation to your foot, that blood flow that's going to go down in there to keep your feet warmer. Ratings on these boots. I tried to see what are the typical range that pack boots are rated at. The only thing I could find is they're rated below 0. Each company is different, as you can have two types of boots that look the exact same. One's from one company, one's from the other, and they'll be rated differently for how good below 0 they are. From what I found out, there is kind of an industry standard for how they rate the boots. It's just the way the company puts them together according to that standard that determines what it's rated for. There are boots that are referred to as Antarctic, pack boots, those are supposed to be rated to over 100 degrees below zero. One set I came across said it was rated to negative 150 degrees below zero. Most parts of the U.S. you're not going to need that. Maybe up in Alaska, but most of the U.S., the continental U.S., you're not going to. Just a basic pack boot will work. So if you come across a set of pack boots, you know, get a good look at them. If they're for a decent price, even if they don't fit you, get a hold of them. Have them set aside as spares for if someone needs them. Because when winter comes around, you know, people got to move around out in the field, and something I've unfortunately seen in my area, a lot of people are not buying winter boots anymore. They're not buying snow boots anymore. They're used to jumping out of their vehicle, going through the snow into a building in under 30 seconds. So they're still using the same types of shoes they were using in summertime. Well, tennis shoes aren't going to work during winter. Jungle boots aren't going to work during winter. So need to start stocking up on some of these cheap pairs of winter boots. This is a civilian product that will work over in the militia, no problem. You don't always have to get military surplus. Sometimes there's civilian equivalents that will work. This will work just fine for your winter boots for people that need them. And remember, wool blend socks or synthetic blend socks for below zero, no cotton socks. Go through, check them out, make sure they're in good shape. This one has a little bit of a break here. I might have to run some silicone in this to try to fill that crack. Prices on these new, in case someone asks. The average price I've seen on pack boots for new is over $100 for decent ones. I have seen them for as low as $60 to $70. Those are really going to be rated for like 20 below zero, and that's more than good enough for most parts of the country. A lot of boots are rated, you know, to around the 40 to 50 degree below zero, and those are definitely going to be over $100. The Antarctic ones I mentioned, you know, you're probably going to be looking closer to 200 on those for a pair. Look around, take the ratings that is listed for the boot as a general guideline. Everyone is different. Some people, their feet never get cold. Others, their feet never warm up during winter. You know, if you run on that colder end, you're probably going to want a boot that's rated for farther below zero. Just another option that's out there. You know, as I said, I got these at a garage sale. Look at those garage sales. Who knows, you might luck out. I lucked out on this set. And that garage sale, I also picked up a few things for field mess also. Another option for you that did not cost too much if you get them at a garage sale. If you get them brand new online in stores, yeah, it's going to cost you a lot. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and Militia movements, always remember, essayons.